I was
Sometimes the
gonna
stream,
mention.
yeah, sometimes the stream auto starts if I'm feeding it from OBS, and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why it is the way it is, but we should be on the live.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep, we are on the live.
We just lost Army. Oh, he's back. He's working out his technical difficulties.
Hello.
How's
Hello.
it
Okay.
going, Army? Oh, I can hear you now. Beautiful. And how's it
It's
going,
so
chat?
awesome.
How's it going, Melon and Tavish? We are reunited, and it feels so good.
Yeah, the Band of Brothers.
Band of brothers. What are you guys? We spoke a little bit about Tavish working on Night Lords, but what about Melon and Army? What are you guys up to?
I got the new Hormigaunt model, like a couple of them. I'm just testing out some paint schemes. So yeah, just gonna wet blend some skin.
I'm working a little bit of terrain, and then I might finish. Then I might work on those Night Lords Raptors I started ages ago.
Double Night Lords.
Just clearing the desk, you know.
Yeah.
I have
Binge and purge.
no direction.
No direction.
You're
Uh,
so lost.
Is it because of your
Yeah.
Death Watch? Is it because they were nuked from existence?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I really don't know what I'm gonna. I don't know. Like chaos is fine. I didn't dislike them, but yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what your thoughts are on the Codex, the Chaos Codex. If you played with it
Chaos
much.
Codex is, yeah, I've played it a bunch. It's good. It's good. It's
Nice.
got almost all the detachments are like usable. Like I wasn't using the one everyone else was using, and I still had no problems.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, no, they're all good. They're all usable. Like you won't get smashed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there are new missions. Wasn't there new missions?
Yeah, they're
Yes,
good.
you've been away a long time.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the new missions are. I don't know. I think they're fine.
Is there a new edition? What edition are we
Yeah.
on? What number is it?
Yeah.
What year? Is it 1984?
It's been so long.
Are they better than the old ones? Not that the old
Uh,
ones were bad necessarily, but
They're mostly the same.
They're much the same. There's a few different ones, a few tweaks.
Battle line is a
the
little
big-
better. If you had decent battle line, I think you'll be more satisfied with bringing them.
word.
The biggest change is secret missions.
Yeah, it's like the only way Sean can win.
Well,
How rude.
I just,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I just,
I'm kidding.
I just may make a plan around doing it. That's all.
Oh, so you're playing to the mission. What a meta
I'll take
chaser.
my.
yeah.
I'll take,
Playing to the mission. Gross.
I'll take that 90 instead of 100. No problem.
Yeah. Thank you for my freedom.
Make my life easy.
Was Baby Seal playing Tau again?
Yeah.
He's gonna become like resentful of Tau.
I think he already is, no?
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, then I'm a little out of the loop. So, but it just seems like every time he plays them, he gets his shit stomped in with them. Then it like cycles into like Tau suck. But then I see like stats of them, and they're quite strong. And then it's just like this never-ending cycle of like him being a piss baby.
Yeah, he has the same problem as I do, where it's like you want the army to be a certain way, and it's just not. But it doesn't mean the army's bad competitively, right?
Sure. Well, I mean, what he likes is strong. He just, I don't know, he just does things that are.
Oh, never mind then. Disregard.
He was playing Retaliation Cadre, which I don't think is.
Oh, is that the suit one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's just the whole world is in front of him with Kalyan or Montka, and he chooses the one with the robot suits.
I dig Callion, okay?
I also
It's,
dig Callion.
good. Man of culture. Confirmed.
Yeah. I'm more of a patient guy than a lose my shit and throw everything at the kitchen sink on turn 1, 2, and 3.
I mean, Team USA had Montca on their World Championship team, so
I wouldn't. I'm not saying that it's bad. It's not my play style. But
Are you talking about the Olympics?
I'm sorry, Callion.
Warhammer at the Olympics?
the wait till the game's over one.
Oh yeah, I like that one. I think.
Yeah, that's
good.
the one they had.
Yeah, that's men of culture. That what'd you say? Team USA?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I was one of them. I've seen a little bit of like the in Canada stuff. Like Scary posts a lot of it, and so I like see it every now and then. I'm just like, holy shit, we got shit stomped by Poland. Holy shit, we got shit stomped by New Zealand. I'm just like, oh my god.
New Zealand was a surprise.
New Zealand's got that ding dong from Fireside, right? He's got the
Yeah, he's a Kiwi, but that's only one guy, David Gaylord.
yeah. Well, I mean, one guy can kind of lead, I guess, lead the team.
Yeah.
These are team tournament events?
Yeah,
Yes.
WTC.
Gotcha.
Is it over though now?
Yes.
Who ended up taking it?
I actually don't know. I was kind of like just purposely not looking because I hadn't. I find the streams very interesting, so
Oh
I
yeah,
was
that's
just
fair.
gonna watch it later on.
I haven't. I'm sure when I go to work on Friday, there'll be a podcast or something that I'll listen to.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll get spoiled. Like I don't really care if I know. I believe I want to say France was in the finals this year.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That's
Poland is perennially the team
yeah.
to beat.
Poland's like the boogeymen. Like they're like,
Yeah.
it's like them, and every now and then I'll see like Australia.
Yeah, Australia won 2 years ago, but I think Poland's won more than anybody else.
Yeah. Well, it's you either drink alcohol over there or you play Warhammer. Apparently.
It's also so expensive over there, so makes sense they're so good and they have to work for it more.
That's a good point. I would assume that same boat for Australia, right? Everything.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was speaking to Australia. I don't know about Poland.
Probably the same for Poland. I mean, I got a lot of recasts from over there too.
True.
But
True.
anyway, let's kick off some discussion. I got some dockets, if you don't mind.
Got some dockets.
Yeah, like how we'll start our conversations. So, did you want to talk about the Imperial Agents since we didn't get a chance to?
Yeah, we can talk about Imperial Agents. That's fine.
Yeah.
We can go in order of, well, if that lines up with what you had in mind. I don't want to ruin your vision.
My vision? Yeah, my vision of
Conversation,
hijacking.
No, I don't mean it like that. I just mean we can talk about Imperial Agents. Sure.
Yeah. So, since Army is our residential Imperial Agent, on a scale of 1 to Kanye West, how upset are you about Imperial Agents?
They look both dog shit and lacking in flavor.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
thought.
that's
too.
big sad.
Yeah.
It's not what I envisioned it was gonna be like.
It looks like a big old fucking swing and miss to me.
Now, I obviously know the context of what we're talking about, but maybe for the chat, Melon.
And me.
Yeah, and for Tavish, of course. Maybe you could break down what's so lacking in flavor with the... Is it the detachments?
It is the detachments,
Yeah.
but it's also
The
like
lack of
like the limited nature of data. So, in my opinion, and honestly, I think Army's going to say he agrees with me 100%. The only thing that's good out of that book is the assassins.
Yeah.
And they're potent. I don't know what their points are, though.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask. Do you know what their points are?
No, I couldn't imagine them staying what their points are with how they are now. But
Oh, they've been
if
improved.
if they
Oh
are,
yeah. Oh yeah. They're improved.
That's never good.
yeah.
I never.
They
liked that.
are improved.
I already don't like the book.
So like my favorite assassin is the Eversir, and I think he is really
Nuts.
good. Yeah, I think he's really good. Because if you remember, I know Armin knows the rules for it, but the Eversir used to pick 3 different like stances on like how he would function, and
Between 3, yeah.
yeah, between 3, and they just said, "Fuck it, here's all 3. You just have all 3 all the time." So like, but on top of that, that's the first part. On top of that, they give him a solitaire blitz.
Yeah.
This
Wow.
like
Really?
I love this. Yeah, I love the solitaire. I think he's such a cool scalpel. Like he's a literal scalpel of a model. And to give that to the Eversir, which in my opinion is stronger than the solitaire, other than the fact that the solitaire has a 3-up invul, but who gives a shit about that?
But once you've done your scalpeling, okay?
Yeah, who gives a shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks really good. And then the Vindicare looks improved, but if you miss that shot, it's really bad.
It's the same problem. It's always the same problem. It's one shot. Does he have a reroll?
No.
Yeah,
Shut
it's
up.
called a CP
Yeah.
reroll.
Oh, yeah.
CP
Get the fuck
reroll.
out of here.
What you're gonna
I'll just
do.
CP reroll it. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't.
Never.
So, did you hear the change to the Vindicar?
I did. Go ahead and
What's
let Rick.
the big twist?
He ignores lone op.
Oh,
Yeah.
like a sniper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like a sniper.
That seems logical.
And-
I don't hate that.
He's
And then the other kick in the nuts, because his damage stayed the same, it's still D3 plus 3, but just wounding is automatically death wounds.
Just
So
wound.
just-
So any wound,
just-
successful wound is a death wound.
Yeah, and they bumped his strength up by 1, so he's strength 8 now. So he's strength 8, AP 3, just wound, and then it's death wound. So he is like a character killer, right? Like he will
Oh
kill
yeah.
character.
You just can't miss. You just can't roll a 1.
Yeah, it's just the fucking one thing. Calidus looks not bad. She gets real close, and what was the other thing that they showed that she does? I forget. She did something else that I was like, oh man, that's brutal. I guess she still got her like CP disruption thing, but it's like the new one. Like you gotta be like close by.
Yeah, within 12.
Yeah, which is fine because
Which coincidentally, the Deathwatch Wasp Master no longer has.
no, his is now it's just like the captain, right?
You're
Weird.
just a captain.
Yeah, you're just a captain with some weird
Which,
war gear.
even if he had kept that ability, might have made him valid. Because let me tell you, having a character that does that hidden behind, 20 wounds was quite interesting. I've been using it.
Yeah. Calexis looks okay as well. It also gets a deep strike really close by type of ability.
3-inch.
Yeah, like a 3-inch one. And again, it did something else. I'm misremembering. I looked them up when I was at work.
We'll be very curious on points because the Eversir used to be 75 points.
It was the cheapest, right?
Yep.
I think he should be the most expensive, and he's my favorite. But he's been prior to this edition. Like this edition, he was all right for what he was. He's lone up 60 or 70 points, whatever the fuck he was.
He was pretty good.
And yeah, he did okay. He could kill a couple of chaff things if you needed him. He could camp an objective.
He scored you lots of points.
Yeah. But now he could really fuck some shit up because he's damage 2 with twin linked, right? Like reroll wounds.
I don't know. Like, he used to be anti-infantry 3+.
Oh, you know what? Maybe that was it. But yeah, he's a good beat stick guy.
And all of these assassins are still requisitionable to any Imperium faction the way they were before, right?
Oh yeah, you can still take 2.
And it's just the data sheet you're getting. You're not getting any extra layers of rules, right?
No, should just be the data sheet. There was nothing that I was reading that's like, the Assassinorum detachment or anything like that.
So the twist is if you take an agent's detachment, you pick any 2 assassins you want, you put them in, and you can switch them out before the game starts.
I don't hate that as a.
That's
a
pretty
rule.
cool.
Yeah.
That kind of, I'm curious if that signifies that all their points will be the same. Like they'll all be the same points.
I think you can. Don't quote me, but I think you can. Take more than 2 assassins in the agent's detachment, 2 if you choose. But I might be making that up.
Either way, I think the barring points, the Evisur is going to be like a really popular one. I still see reasons to take the Calidus, like especially like if you want, like if you're like meta or like you play against a lot of guys that are CP hungry, like knights or anybody really. Like a lot of armies are CP hungry.
It's good against anybody because it's like reroll 2 CP, intervene 2 CP. Like it's just anything. Rapid ingress 2 CP.
Command points are used by everybody. They're not. Yeah. It's good. Good quality of life debuff to have.
Yeah.
And then the Vindicator, like I said, is scary on paper. Like when you look, but it's realistically, if you hits and wounds, it's 5 shots over the course of the game. Yeah, that can be kind of scary-ish.
Might be like a counter to other assassins.
It might be. Honestly, I would look at it, be like, oh, maybe I'll take, if I played that like force, if it's the case where you can like swap a guy out, I would, swap him out to like against GSE or Eldar. Well, maybe not Eldar because they get feel no pain on some of the guys. Yeah, I don't know. The idea is scary, right? Like the idea of doing X15 plus 5d3 fucking mortal wounds over the course of the game is a scary
turbo
concept.
penetrator bullet.
Yeah, it's definitely a penetrator, all right. But sometimes you fucking roll ones and then it misses. And I mean, it's on both ends of the spectrum, right? Like you have to roll to hit. It's always going to be a 2. But you never know. Something might... Well, usually his mask ignores...
hit modifiers?
Hit modifiers, but...
so usually just the one you're trying to avoid. It happens. Yeah, and like, we've all been there trying to use the Vindicare, I feel, so we know.
Yeah, and then on the wounds side, you still have to roll 1. I think he had anti-infantry. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. He's strength 8 on the gun, so typically it's going to be 2s on an infantry, but might be 3s on some of the tougher Space Marine guys, like the T6 Space Marines.
That's true.
T5 Space Marines. You're going to need a 3. And that 1 and 2 might pop up.
That is true.
What else in there? Going to the Inquisitors. I hate new Codias.
Model or rules? Well, I know how you feel about the model. But...
the rules are fine. The rules are pretty much the same. Okay. He's a little weaker from his psychic attack, but that's not why I brought him. The model just looks like, well, it doesn't even look like the same model. Like OG Codias had like this like really cool Baroque armor, and this new one looks like he's like his britches are raised, and he looks like a grumpy old grandpa.
He looks like a Kit Bash, like a Count Saz.
Yeah, like you took a Stormcast model
Yep.
and then you gave it a Thunderhammer, right? Like
Yeah, my thoughts
it's
exactly.
and also I just don't like the bird. I know the bird looks like it's being fucking impaled, but like I just don't like the bird being its own little gaffer, like
Does
just
it-
like flying around.
Does it do anything? Is it part
It
of
was
the
a-
rules mechanically? Is it interesting?
It was an attack in previous editions, and then what does he
Like
do
it doesn't
now?
give him an ablative wound, or you
No,
use it as a
no,
token
it-
for a one-off ability, then it's one and done or something.
Not the old one, not the original.
You know, like
it was just
like the Neurotyrant's nodes, like that's an interesting use of ancillary like little models, right, for a character.
I just liked the bird being on his like arm, like
Okay,
like,
yeah,
he's,
that's true.
like he's a falconer.
It's definitely a cool, I don't know, a cool aesthetic.
Well, at least Eisenhorn's really good, right?
Eisenhower's cool.
Is he? Hell yeah.
I don't think he's
No.
in the book, is he?
He's fucking gone.
Oh, he's
Yeah, he's,
Wait,
so
what?
lame. That's so lame. You know why? Because he's not. He's a special book model. That's why.
Fuck, like he's like, oh fuck's sakes.
I thought it was because he's Spinecast.
No, I'm pretty sure his
I
model.
think you can
came
get him
out-
in plastic now.
Yeah, it was, I believe, part of a Black Library event in an like 8th or 9th. I can't remember.
I don't know. I'm looking at him right now. It's just resin. It's a resin model.
Am I crazy?
Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm looking at him right now. Temporarily out of stock. Eisenhower in 47.50 Canadian resin model.
Maybe I'm imagining
No, there was like
things.
a book.
He was part of the book, but this is the book one. This is the book model. Either way, he's not in the Imperial Agents book, and he's probably the most.
Recognizable.
Yeah, he's the most recognized. To me, I'm a big fan of Kodiaz, but that's because of like 5th edition Grey Knights. But Eisenhorn's been around for fucking ever.
Yeah, if that show had been greenlit, which apparently, you know, that it's no guarantee,
It's not
but
looking good.
it's not looking good. I could see like, oh, we'll pull it and then they re-release it, and it looks like Henry Cavill or whatever, right?
Yeah. The other Inquisitors are fine. Draxus.
Draxus got a little nerfed.
Yeah. Greyfax is kind of pretty much the same. It's alright.
Cool.
I think the infantry are all right. From how it was like
Well, what's
described.
the infantry, like the retinue models or the navy breachers,
It's
or like all that
The
stuff?
breachers and the exaction.
No,
Uh,
yeah, there's some.
They're all right. Like it's all going to be based on points, right? Like the points are what are going to be, you know, the important part of those two unit types. But I think they're all right. They changed a couple of things. Like I think it was the exaction squad had like a stupid leadership buff, and now they force everything to take a battle shock on an objective that they pick within 6, which is not bad. Because, I mean, forcing battle shocks means you might flip
Mhm.
the objective to. And if they're cheap, then it doesn't really matter. Yeah, they look alright. I don't know, there's just too much of a gaggle of weirdo. I actually dislike that, like, you can have, like, a Grey Knight unit or, like, a Sister of Battle unit, and they're just, like, straight up shittier versions.
Oh, are they?
They're
just
not.
the same data sheet.
Well, for the Sisters of Battle ones, you're not getting a miracle dice, so they're the same. They're basically the same data sheet, but like you're
Without
not
the
getting
army
like
rule. Yeah.
you're not getting the army roll. So like the Grey Knights can't jump around. Like so
Yep.
you now just have 3-wound Terminators that can't move that far. Like they move 5 inches. So
Yeah, they should have baked in a baby version of their army rule into a unique requisitionable data sheet for those types of units.
Well, and they're in the
Yeah.
that demon I hate things that are just like that demon detachment, it's only good against demons, and it's not even that good. Like at least
No.
before it was like reroll hit rolls of 1. If you're against Xenos, reroll all kind of thing, right? Like that's like anti-demon 3+. Yay.
Yeah.
Better hope you're fighting demons. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
It made me laugh. So the Death Watch detachment is just the once per game, like Tyrannid detachment, the index one, whatever the fuck, the like Leviathan base one. But they only get it once per game, whereas like the Tyrannids just pick one and then they just keep it for the rest of the game.
It's a really good trade.
Lame.
It's a really good trade, right? Like losing Oath and
Oh yeah,
chapter
to
adaptive tactics and
to gain one trait for your army for one turn that you then have to like cycle to the next thing.
Like the
And one of them's more or less kind of useless in the army now because you don't have like the types of raw damage output for precision, because like it's only for Deathwatch units, so it's not like anything else is getting it. So you get the weird Deathwatch veterans that can do it, which now have limited war gear.
They've ruined the loadouts.
Yeah, because it's one and one of the things. You can't double up on frag cannons or double up on like the heavy bolter flamer.
Is that
like
based on how the kit sold?
It's based on how the kit sold.
Comes with one heavy bolter, one frag cannon, and one power thunderhammer, one power weapon, one shield.
Well, they want people to just buy one Deathwatch veteran unit. As
that's stupid.
And then soup it into their
own. That I'd be perfectly fine. I'd be like perfectly fine with that like mantra or that idea from them if their game synergized with that. But the game is based around avoiding shitty dice rolls as much as you can and having one-offs of these like oddball guns that some are good at like maybe killing a tank, some are good at maybe killing infantry, and somewhere in between, but you only get one of each in the squad. The squad has no focus, and the game's not designed around that. The game is designed around. It is
slow to use, more to remember. Yeah.
Yeah, here's my, fucking one weird shotgun. Here's my one weird bolter. It's just so stupid. And you and I, like, have a fondness for Deathwatch Army. And, like, you and I both liked the tactical flexibility of molding and making your own unit. Like, the fact that they just removed the Proteus kill team,
all of them.
Yeah, all of them. It's just veteran. It's just a veteran kill team box, and that's it. And what the Watchmaster is like a piss poor version of what he used to be. Yep. I guess Captain Artemis is probably the best thing out of it now, like from what he looks like. Which is funny because he was the worst one before because he had like a really shitty ability. The Corvus Blackstar is still comically bad.
I think it got worse.
Yeah, probably. Like, you'd have to pay me points to take it. Like, you'd have to give me it'd have to be free, and I get an extra fucking 200 points.
What's so bad about it?
It's an aircraft. It has one blast cannon, and then it has shitty bolters. And it transports what? 6 models? 10 models?
Yeah.
But it's an aircraft.
I don't even know if you can take 10.
I understand the problem with aircraft.
I don't know. I think they took away the bomb on it too.
Even better. Just fucking put Ole Yeller out the pasture.
They did something. They took away something from it. They made it worse.
Bizarro choice, man. It doesn't make sense to me.
George Grassa or Jorge Grassa saying the Corvus lacks certain keywords. I mean, that fucking sucks too. If it's missing like Deathwatch keyword or whatever, then it's like, well, you don't even get sustained hits, lethal hits, precision on your one last.
I saw some stupid thing where you might be able to put a rhino inside it because of their fuck up with the words.
Jesus,
that's fucking hilarious. You know what? Let it ride. Let it ride. have transports and transports. And then when the transport dies, it only takes 3 mortal wounds, right? Or 1 mortal wound. I don't even fucking know.
Dangerous disembark. My fucking rhino.
It's just drop it out the back end.
Yeah.
The exasperating thing for me was that, like, so I was running Deathwatch and I was making, you know, a unit or here or there work, but I mostly wasn't running the Deathwatch detachment. Well, now with the changes to Pariah and the secret missions, I don't have to emphasize holding primary so much. I can make it up in different ways, and I felt like it was actually like a competitively viable, at least at my level of competition, army. Like when I just have to score 20 on the primary and then do my secret mission and focus on eliminating key targets and doing secondaries, like I was having like I did my last little hurrah there with it, and felt like it was
It was working.
pretty solid.
I can't confirm. Like you're able to play the game, make some decisions, some tricks that felt appropriate to the Death Watch. I didn't feel like they were in poor taste at all with the new missions.
Honestly, I truly wish they didn't do that. Or, to be honest, make the book a Death Watch book with, you know, the Imperial. What would it have cost them? It's not like it's models. So, like, you can put the fucking data sheets. They're so fucking brutal. Like, that fucking company is so fucking brutal when it comes to just making up some fucking rules for anything, right? Like, but they're so up their own fucking ass when it comes to. I'm gonna curse a lot for this. They're up their own fucking ass about like it's gotta have a box, it's gotta have a fucking kit. It's not getting a fucking data sheet unless it's sold individually. So losing out on like all the different kill teams and all the different unique ways of playing Death Watch, which by the way is the dumbest fucking notion I've ever fucking seen. The fact of the matter is, I have to buy 1, 2, or 3, or sometimes 5 different fucking box sets to make one kill team. You are getting 5 fucking boxes of models out of me for me to construct one. One of my what was the purgation squad or the purgator squad? I had 4 different units in it because I used 2 sniper models. I used 1 fucking infiltrator model. I used 1 reaver, and then I used the rest of it as the other infiltrator, whatever the incursor. And that was like the unit I wanted to build, and that's 4 boxes. So why would you not just? It costs you nothing to make this book have those data sheets in there, and to be honest, it would have been a fully fleshed out book. One of the guys in the chat here said this could have been a White Dwarf. And I 100% agree with that. Because there ain't enough shit in here to wipe my fucking ass with to call it a fucking book. Why no offense, Army, I know you bought it, but like, I would never buy this. I would never buy this book. It's fucking garbage.
Context, I was...
Drunk?
Yes. I was drunk around a fire, and the next morning I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have bought that. And my drunken logic was, well, then the assassins come up in my little... and I'm like, was that worth $60? I'm like, fuck.
No, but you're right.
If I could take it back, I would.
Well, in the case of you, it's fair, because you go to tournaments, you play this kind of army. If you are going to try and make it work, kudos to you. You'll need the book to go to the event because you always need the fucking codex because, you know, archaic design space. But it's just so fucking brutal. Like, it's just like the other weird small armies, right? Like Votan. Like, Votan's new, so they can, like, make the book kind of big with some lore shit or whatever. But there's only fucking so many data sheets. There's only, like, 9 or 10. Custodes, the same thing. If you take all of the Forge World stuff out of Custodes, it's a piss poor book. Like, it should not be a book.
It's very
this
small,
is where, this is where I'm like looking at something like the Agents, where I'm like, okay, flesh out the Death Watch, make it an actual full proper army.
Well, in like to circle back and like what you said, I'm like, they're like, don't worry, you can still run a full Death Watch army with, whatever detachment. And then you could bring the Death Watch unit that gets fuck all. But now you can't even bring it to do a job because of the loadouts. Like,
Yeah.
what are you going to bring one unit of that to do?
Nothing.
Like, the only thing I can think of is, like, putting Draxus with it and sitting it on a backfield objective so it can't be targeted. And then it's reasonable at dealing with something. Like, that's probably what I'll try to do with it.
It's just so pathetic that, like, in my opinion, probably the most flavorful, hobby-focused Space Marine faction. I don't think any of you can argue me that, like, Death Watch is the most hobby-focused army.
Maybe Orc.
No, sorry, in Space Marines.
In Space
Marines.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
You're right.
It
I agree.
Is to, like, shit on it that fucking much and have two fucking characters, but one single unit. They don't get a fucking Terminator squad or anything like that. They don't get fucking anything. They just have one veteran unit. You mean to...
And what would it have cost to release a box of Terminators with an upgrade sprue?
They're still selling the fucking, like, shoulder pads that come with Terminator shoulder pads on them.
I know. That's what I mean. Like,
yeah, it's fucking pathetic.
Yeah.
I
As lame as it is, I can't say I'm surprised, man. It fits the trend, right? GW is slowly but surely becoming less and less hobby friendly.
Yeah, they just, like, they want you to just buy it to play the fucking game and shut the fuck up, right?
Yeah, like don't be creative. They're discouraging the creativity in the hobby, which certainly sucks.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess you can play your fucking Deathwatch army as Space Marines, but you're not getting that cool,
But who
fun...
wants that, right? Like,
Nope.
No one.
Nobody. Like, there's a reason you pick up Deathwatch, and it's not to, like, have them cosplay as Ultramarines. Like,
yeah, well, it's also not what you were sold, right? Like, you bought into this faction, most likely, right?
Yeah,
because
like
of this potential, what you're talking about.
I have, like, Army has real ADHD. I have just Army ADHD. And it's like,
yeah.
like, I like everything. I like every army in Warhammer 40,000. There is not an army in 40K or Age of Sigmar or anything that this fucking company puts out that I don't have, like a fascination with, or something that I'm like, I would really like to play that.
There's always a spin, right? There's always an angle where there's something interesting there. There's some cool theme or build or
and Deathwatch
focus in on
was perfect for someone like myself. Is perfect for someone like Army as well, because it fit two fronts. It fit a theme, the Alpha Legion Omegon kind of theme, making it like a loyalist and like the kill team stuff. That's like the big focal point. But on top of that, it was a flexible army that you could sink your teeth into. The amount of hours you used to put into making one wound Alpha Legion work was impressive. And Deathwatch kind of served that same thing. The amount of hours that you snorted your Adderall and you put your fucking boots to the ground and you just barreled in on this one faction and you got really good with that. I'm not trying to toot your horn too much, but you were very, very good at that specific faction. Even when it took its nerfs, even when it wasn't the best, you still continue to play it, and you played it very well. And for that to be removed makes me mad for you. Like, I feel like I'm even more...
And, like, now I'm like, I can make this work. I'm like, I can take this to a tournament, and I can, I could win an RTT with this, like... Because the amount of people who still slough off secret missions too, right? Like in that list I was using was, I could do every single secret mission. So just depending on the game, I could just be like, bam, no problem, all of them.
Yeah.
So it makes it infinitely harder to stop too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really too bad. Just pour one out for the old Deathwatch. Pour one out for, like, honestly, even, like, Imperial Agents as a whole, because, like, we only got named Inquisitors. Like, there is no Build-A-Bear Inquisitor. which is also pretty fucking sad too, right?
Oh yeah, because there's no model to sell you. So I hate.
Oh, they're selling you a navigator.
Great. I'm so glad I got weird navigator mask
This
guy.
is perfect for my narrative campaign. Amazing.
And I mean, not to say that like I like the rogue traders. Like I think that this army could have been really cool and unique and special and weird, right? Like this whole faction could have been something special and unique that fits in the design space of 40K, but they literally just took leftovers from Kill Team, from other armies, and a sprinkling of, you know, popular armies or like popular Imperial armies that fit to the lore. They're really hitting hard with the buzzword of like Codex Demon Hunter or Witch Hunter, right? Like something that like I'm a fan of. I grew up with that. I had, you know, the 5th edition Demon Hunter book, or like even the old 3rd edition like Grey Knight's Demon Hunter book where everything was fucking metal. Like I still have that book upstairs, and it's like they're just playing off these fucking buzzwords, and it's really frustrating when like it falls so flat and it's so bad. Like it's so garbage. And I'm sure there's a fucking savant out there that can make this work. Like there's someone out there, probably even people in this chat, that can make this work, whether it's in their hobby group or maybe at tournaments or whatever. But to me, on the outside, reading it and seeing it, it's like, it's just pathetic. It's like a shitty, shitty version.
It's the right route I wanted to see for all of this soupable, like you said, all the weird ancillary units that exist and get souped in when they're pointed or provided rules that are very like appealing for, you know, people grasping for power, souping in whatever they want, right? Like we saw with the Breachers when they first came out. It consolidates all of that weird shit, Inquisitors, Assassins, and the like, but not like this, right? Like it's like half-assed, right? It's not integrated in such a way that feels satisfying. And even if you do it satisfying, why can't you let Death Watch still be an option in the index that it was released in, with all of its data sheets, with all of its rules? I don't see why you have to have one and not the other.
Yeah, if they just left the Death Watch detachment, the index detachment, I would have been like, okay, that's fine, I'll keep playing that.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's nothing lost, nothing gained. Like they tried and they missed, and then it sucks. Oh, GW can't do anything right. Everyone says that, but then no one else is burned because of the attempt, which is where we are now.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's enough beating the dead horse into the ground.
Good spirited conversation. I've missed this, if I'm honest, guys.
It
warms the cockles of my heart that we can all hate together. Okay.
Yeah. I see in the hate. All right, your turn. What's your next on the docket?
My turn. Honestly, all I had to talk today was just about Blood Angel stuff, but you were correct in that I've missed a few weeks of conversation with you guys. So if you have other things on your list before Blood Angels, before Sanguinary and the Sanguinary Guard that have no wings,
can I just say, I called it?
I guess, yeah.
I don't like the Sanguinary.
It's probably gonna happen anyway, but like, when we saw like it was just the box art or whatever for.
I don't like him.
You don't like the Sanguinary?
No, I don't like his pose. I mean, he's like floating down like a big pussy. Like he should be like superhero pose coming down out of the sky.
Wait, hold on. Would you rather?
I saw on. Go ahead.
I was saying, would you rather have Sanguinary on, like, imagine if his legs were spread really wide and he's standing on these steps, right? And both his arms are open and his mouth is also open. And he's, like, roaring right into the camera. Like, would you like that pose better than his classic pose? Because if the answer is yes, then go fucking buy Lamar's too, okay? Because that's...
So, somebody outlined it like a butterfly, and I can't get it out of my fucking head. I'm like a little graceful butterfly floating down from the sky.
Listen, I understand that you've been hurt recently with the Death Watch thing, but you don't need to shit on people who have elegance and fucking class, okay? Just fucking settle
you
down.
Wanted more fucking oath scrolls, and he's
Just
he's
settle
helped
down.
by them. He's so
Just-
fucking righteous.
He's Jesus's perfect little angel, and he's
Yeah,
ready to
he
fucking,
looks like he's on the cross. Like,
he's
fuck,
ready to rock
me.
and roll. Well, that's the
I think that's the
analogy.
point. Yeah, that's
That's like the analogy.
the
to it.
imagery they're going with, right?
He should be coming down from the sky like a lightning bolt, ready to fuck shit up.
Okay, then we're getting into Sigmar territory, and we can't have that now.
That's the first thing I thought of when I saw the Sanguinary Guard model.
Okay, we'll get to the Sanguinary Guard, but for the Sanguinor, I like the model. I think it's a good homage to his classic model, and they kept the scrolls. I know you're not a big fan of the current scroll work, but I wish Astaroth had the scrolls because that's what his old model had, and it's
he looks just like that.
Well, he doesn't. He's leaping off of a fucking rock, like every
Same fucking model.
Well, that's what we want, though. You want the model to be the same, but a little different, right?
Still
just
same.
Same,
could you
but
imagine?
Still different.
same, but different.
But still
Could
same.
you imagine
Yeah,
if
gotcha.
they just shit the bed on Abaddon? You remember old Abaddon, and then when new Abaddon came out, like you wanted it to be like generally the same, and it was perfect. Like new Abaddon is perfect in terms of the classic model to the new one. It's a perfect reimagining. Well, yeah,
You can say
reimagining.
it's a tasteful upres, right? Like it's not a radical departure in the
I
pose
wouldn't
that
have
it
had
offered
to-
and the energy that the original model had.
It wasn't perfect. I had to upgrade it.
Yeah.
By losing the cape for 4 years.
Yeah,
There now.
you would have had the
That's
cape.
all
if you
that
didn't lose it.
matters. No, I found it.
Yeah, I was actually
Well, I'm
quite
proud
happy
of
to
you.
find it.
I posted pictures and everything. It lives. He is finally complete.
Well, that's good.
No,
I like the model. I think it's good. Maybe his helmet's a little too like old man looking.
Isn't it supposed to look like Sanguinis?
It's supposed to. It's supposed to.
It does not look like Sanguinis. It looks like he has a beard.
It looks like
Looks like the lion.
Let me pull the model.
Listen, the lion looks like Charles Dance. Okay, that's what the lion.
I'm just talking
looks
shit.
like. I don't know. He looks like Golden Face Fabio or something. I don't know.
It's fine.
Yeah, whatever.
It's
Right?
It's
Like,
fine.
look, the Sanguinar was the model I was expecting to hate the most, and I don't. Like, I think it's.
No,
I
you
wish-
hate Lamarti's the most.
Oh, well, yes, but I hate Lamarti's for every reason I like the Sanguinor, right? Like, I think it's just the pose is worse, the detailing is worse, the accessories are worse, the overall energy and of the original sculpt is lost, whereas this one is preserved, right? Like, I don't love the wings themselves and how they attach to the jump pack. I don't really like that the jump pack is some weird Mark IV hybrid of Mark X. But that's that's negligible
also-
to me. That's like, I like that he has toes. You know, I love that. I like how sculpted and ornate his armor looks. Like he looks like the Renaissance statue, the energy I expect from a Blood Angels named character.
Just missing some nipples, you know. A lot of them are
Well,
missing nipples.
yeah,
now.
that's my. One of
But
my,
you know
that's
what?
One of my sticking points, pun intended.
You know what though? Green stuff ain't that expensive.
That's true.
It's easy to get
Yep.
easy to get a little bit of green stuff and put them nipples right back on. You know.
That's true, but I don't know.
If nipples are what you need in your life, green stuff is there for you.
I understand, but if we're critiquing what GW is doing, then
Should have put the nipples
that
on.
aside, yeah, I think so. I think the Sanguinary Guard, the three biggest things they're missing, or I guess four, are 2 pairs of wings and 2 nipples. Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I don't mind Sanguinor's jump pack. I don't like the Sanguinary.
Yeah, I don't think it
Guard's
looks bad. I just think it's weird. I also don't know, and maybe you can enlighten me here, right? I don't know exactly what Sanguinor is supposed to be. Is he a magic being, or is he a guy who, you know, when they're not at war, you can find him in his quarters?
No, I don't think he shows up.
Yeah, he's-
like outside of
Yeah.
war.
So, like, why is he getting new marks of armor? Like, why is he getting Mark 10 Tacticus armor? Is it so? Like, these are small, negligible, like I'm nitpicking here. I like the Sanguinary sculpt more than most of the other Blood Angels characters we've seen so far.
Yeah.
The Sanguinary Guard, I think, not to change the topic, but I think he has everything going for him that they don't, and it hurts.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah,
hurts.
the-
Sanguinary Guard
this-
I can talk about more later.
Yeah, I think for him, because I'm not the biggest like Blood Angel stan, so like I just remember that he's like, I don't know, he's like Jesus. He literally just is like we wished him into fucking being in this moment, and he just shows up and
That's
he's
my
ready to fuck.
understanding too. Like he shows up.
Yeah.
He's the Wizard of Oz with that new armor, and he just proved it. He just
Well, so in the
He's a
case of
puppet.
if he is a wished being or like a personificated being, maybe the personification of upgraded armor. I don't know. I'm just throwing out.
Yeah.
has anyone ever seen him and Dante in the same room?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
There is like instances where they're together. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you
No,
think
the-
Dante is also him. Like it's like a fucking like double personality shit.
And look, biggest win for me for the Sanguinor is that he appears to not be on a 60 millimeter base. He looks like a 40 or a 50, and I think that's the right call. I don't think because Melon, you and I kind of made this point to you. Like I think it's Mondo cringe if they're trying to position Sanguinor as you have a Primarch, not really, but you still do. Like I think that's
Oh
kinda
yeah,
cringe in terms of
if they made
characterizing.
him like a 60, like an Abaddon or like
Yeah,
a,
like, you know, GW
Element?
has a hard on for giving you your big, fat character centerpiece models, right? But because he's
Yeah.
not, I think he's far more tasteful, and it's like, well, it's harder for me to dislike what's here because it's more in line with what I would have liked to see, right?
Yeah,
and
agreed.
now when you have, you know, Dante versus Abaddon, Electric Boogaloo, Sanguinius versus Horus, Electric Boogaloo 2, it's far more tasteful when, you know, Sanguinor isn't the one taking the spotlight from Dante, right?
Yeah, I don't think I don't think the Sanguinor should like supersede Dante. Dante is
100%.
the master.
Yeah.
Dante is like the, you know, he's the poster boy of
Mhm.
Blood Angels to me, and
I think
Sanguinor
that's
is
the
just
most
this.
tasteful.
Okay, so a good way to look at Sanguinor to me is he's like the Avatar of Cain. Avatar Cain is not the leader of the Eldar.
Yep.
He's a fucking statue. He's like a representation or like an idea that
Yeah, I agree.
joins the battlefield.
But then under that framing, we could have easily gotten a 60 millimeter, you know what I mean? And then once you do that, that's what you put beside Abaddon, right? That's what the battle reports become, right? And I feel like
Yeah.
it should be Dante fighting uphill against Abaddon, and Sanguinor needs to come and help him. I feel like that's the narrative, right?
Yeah,
That's the tasteful
which is
kind of
I would
cinematic fight you'd have.
Yeah, I would like that. I would like that as like the, you know, them together can triumph over almost a Primarch level big bad guy.
Yeah, or at least allow him to survive or whatever, right? Like, I think we're all on the same page with the Sanguinor's, I don't know, iteration this time around, except for Army. He hates the pose, but that's okay. I don't love how his wings attach to his jump pack. I think that's weird.
I don't-
Yeah, they're like
I
there's like
love-
a ball. There's like a ball joint.
Yeah, that's.
I don't love Blood Angels either.
Blood Angels are neat.
And that's fine. If it matches the lore, then I'll soften my stance. But
Yeah.
on an uninformed, ignorant perspective, he's floating down like a little.
Little bitch.
Yeah, look.
I will say the paint job is really really nice on this on Sanguinor. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
like I just like that like hyper rose gold with all the highlights and shit. It looks really good.
He looks.
I don't even know why we're talking about
Terrific.
Warhammer. I think Tavish should be giving us like a 6-month recap of where he's been. Like, world traveling?
6
or-
months, relax. Yeah, I was building schools and that's not.
Oh my god,
Okay.
just another 32 weeks of no Tavish. Everybody's vying for Tavish to show up.
We should have named the stream "The Return of Tavish."
The Return of the Great One.
We should have given him a model.
The Conrad Kurz has returned. Going on to Sanguinary Guard, I don't like them. I think they're bad.
I think they're real bad.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's. I think they are sanguinary assault intercessors with jump packs. That's what I think.
I also think they are sanguinary assault intercessors. It's really frustrating that, like, the previous model... Okay, so the only thing about these models that I like are the weapons. Like, the in Carmine weapons, but there's no axe. And I like the axe in Carmine weapon. It's just... Everything else about them is really poopy dog shit. Like, yeah, fuck, okay, you put up on the screen. Yeah, look at them motherfuckers. Look at them fucking motherfuckers.
They look so angelic. They look so awesome. The banner's better. The wings are better. The helmets are better. Everything's better. Okay.
They're for sure getting the accursed weapon treatment.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, yeah. Look at the fucking Incarmine axe. Look at that motherfucking piece of shit. The shoulder pads are better. They've got the the wing plume going around the blood drop. I will die on the hill that the single cylinder jump pack is the best jump pack. There is
looks so good. Mark 4.
Yeah, no one is gonna take. Amazing. Yeah, no one is gonna kick me off that fucking hill. The single cylinder is the best.
No, I can't remember what mark it is. Fuck, doesn't matter. The big fat single cylinder. You're right, and it works for their wings. Now there's no space for their wings, so they gave them the fucking flaps, bro. These stupid little flaps.
I will say, you have to do this external. I have a guy I follow on Instagram that does, he did wing STLs like these for Dante, and he's already posted that they should fit for these guys.
Well, if you link me that, I'll put it in the description, because I think there's a disservice here that's...
Yep,
it's a travesty. Like, it sucks, man. It sucks that your non-named character, but quintessentially, like, most elite unit is just so lacking in wings, in nipples, even the poses I don't love.
I don't know. I don't agree with you, the nipples, man.
Well, look, I like that Blood Angels are characterized as artisans, right? Like, they care about the craft and aesthetics, right?
As a salamander,
they're Renaissance artists. Okay, I think it's a cool aesthetic, and I think people shouldn't be afraid of their guys having nipples. I think it's cool.
Yeah,
I have nipples.
You do. Some people are disgusted by them. I put it in the Discord if you want to.
Cool.
Yeah, you can keep the pictures with the Speedo away from me. But yeah, the wings are designed to fit with the this fucking goofy assault jump intercessor jump pack. Yeah, the bear heads are okay. Some of them are. I've never been a big fan of. Like in war, you wear your fucking helmet. There's never a situation where it's like okay to have your fucking helmet off. Like no matter how fucking handsome or fucking ugly you are.
That's an aesthetic hobby choice. It's not. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the old banner.
100%.
The new banner is like kind of lazy because it's just attached to the weapon as well.
The standard. You don't want a banner. You want a standard. You want to rep your fuck. These are the tip top of the Blood Angels, right? This is my understanding.
Yeah.
These are like the first company veterans, effectively,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
You want some epic standard. Like, was he a separate unit before? A Sanguinary Ancient or something? Was that the case?
He comes in the kit, but there was a stint where he was his own model. Like he was a elite choice.
And now he's baked in. Like one model can have a banner probably in the old iteration of the kit. Oh, how good that old banner looks, man.
Yeah, it's like that Grey Knight one where it's like embossed. Like it's super easy to paint.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's raised up.
And look, it's evocative of the Sanguinar too. How cool is that? How cool is that?
A fucked up by not putting wings on. I'm just looking at the stream
100%.
now.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't like 100% sure what you guys are talking about, like because I don't. But now, as soon as like this second you can put them side by side, it's like, what in the fuck were you thinking?
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm
so-
willing to bet basic Space Marine Stern Guard veterans with jump packs will have more regality than these models. Because I just feel like the bar is so low now. Right? Like you'll...
No.
Do you understand what I mean?
No.
You cut out for
I don't know.
37
Oh,
years.
did I?
there.
Oh,
Yeah.
my humblest apologies. I just feel like the bar is so low with regards to how regal the Sanguinary, these new Sanguinary Guard are, that when GW releases a new Vanguard veterans with jump pack, they'll probably have more majesty, a more sense of a veterancy. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I feel like these just read like... I feel like anyone could kit bash jump pack intercessors into these. Like, very easily, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like
Especially
it's not too big of a stretch. Like, yeah, you won't have your sculpted pecs, but barring that, man, you get some power swords. Like, it'll look close, like reasonably close to this, which isn't what you want from your specialists, like your hyper elite above first company veterans, as I saw someone in chat was saying.
yeah, it's just a little bit of a downgrade in comparison. Like, sure, it's exciting that, you know, Sanguinary Guard are brought up to snuff, because out of everything now, like, I'm pretty sure Blood Angels are mostly all up to date now, except barring like the Death Company, like the old little Death Company. I don't think there's anything else that's like...
Probably. I think they could have used some of the design cues, or design choices, rather, of the Stern Guard veterans, where you have some older marks of helmets as well, because I think these guys all have their Stormcast helmets.
Yeah, which is a little sad, because you're
Yeah.
zooming in on the
Like,
Mark
yeah,
7.
the Mark 7
Yeah.
helmets add a lot. Like, they feel like they're from... These are veterans, right? Like, these are veterans of the chapter. They have
Yeah,
a
like
older helmet.
Dante's 10,000 years old. These guys might be 8.
Yep, they're
Right?
they're up there.
Yeah, like, but it's just kind of like sad that like they're just homogenized. Like you said earlier, they're basically golden jump intercessors. with-
These helmets have better silhouettes too, right? You got these like more defined crests on
Yeah.
them, whereas the new
The
ones...
only weapon they took away is the axe.
It pisses me off. It's my favorite weapon.
Yeah, there weren't spears before either, right? That's new.
There's only swords.
I don't like them.
I'm indifferent of them. I just feel like they're gonna break, right?
Yeah, along with those flaps.
Like I don't mind the guy who's like gonna huck it, like he's in the hucking position. You just you're like, oh, huh. Yeah, it's just now if you want them to have the wings, you got to use third-party stuff like the STL stuff. Once these come out, actually they might even be gone now. Like Sanguinary Guard are out of stock. It's not like they're coming back. Like now that Sangard are sold out, I guarantee you they will not make any more. So what is out in the wind in terms of Sanguinary Guard boxes, you either have to... Yeah, you gotta go and hoard them like dragon treasure and use the bits sparingly, right? Like, because this is what people are gonna have. Is just this.
Treasure.
And you need wings on your Sanguinary Guard, man. Like, this is crazy to me.
Yeah, I'm glad that guy put out that STL. It's like it works pretty good.
Yeah, I shared it in chat and in the description if anyone's interested
Nice.
in those STLs. So, because it's a travesty, like I said. Any Blood Angels fans out there that want to have their Sanguinary Guard with wings? Crazy idea. Crazy. Top security idea.
I totally forgot. They also had Power Fists.
Oh, right. They did start Power Fists.
Yeah, Mr. George in here has mentioned that. I totally forgot they had Power Fists at one point. Which,
Oh shit!
yeah, again, that's not coming back. It's probably going to be the main dude who's going to have the sword. Might be like a paragon sword or like something a little more beefy, and the rest are probably just gonna have spears.
Yeah, I like this take that Gabriel Seth was right. Bell's culture died in the devastation.
Goddamn you, Tyranids! You fucking motherfuckers!
He was right all along. Jesus.
Oh, speaking of, Jesus Christ, you just remind me. So, I think my favorite character is fucking Dunyan Rings. Gabriel Seth is probably gone. Like, he is probably not coming back. Because he doesn't even have a fucking model right now. He's in the index, but like his model doesn't exist anymore. Like they probably will bring it back for those like stupid little resurgence shit every now and then.
Sell it at the fucking new market price. Jesus.
That's a death sentence and the death knell waiting until their book comes out because he doesn't have a model. We can't put him in there. No more index for you unless they sneakily throw him, a plastic model down the road. But I love Gabriel Seth, and it's very sad that he's gonna. I'm pour one out for my boy.
No, he's a cool character. I like to hate on him a little bit here and there, but I think you want characters like that. Honestly, you want some grumpy Gusses, you know.
Different. Sorry, kind of different topic. But did they remake the what's his face? The Huron Blackheart guy?
Oh no, they didn't actually.
No.
Not yet. Not yet.
I think it was just a rumor in the wind that we heard. A bit of misinformation.
Maybe there's a hope for my boy. Maybe that's a good point. Huron's still in there. Huron's quite good. I like.
But can you buy Huron's old resin model? That's the question.
No.
Oh, okay.
So then they're inconsistent. Surprise, surprise.
So yeah, that's a fingies crossed, my boys.
Yeah.
No, he can come back. He can get a new model. He's a fan favorite. They have books of this guy.
Yeah, They
got freaking books of this guy. He's gotta have them.
Maybe they'll do like another wave of releases after all the codexes are out, and give everyone supplements with like secondary successor chapters. Yeah, and then they'll drop those kind of models or something.
I would be surprised.
Maybe. I don't know what's gonna happen for this.
Not this edition.
Once this codex rollout is complete, I'm curious to see how long of a wait we have before the hamster wheel begins again.
Yeah.
So I could go. Hey everybody! It turns out there were some errors in the edition, and we just wanna make the game better. We just wanna correct all the wrongs. Just gonna restart it all.
So now that like mostly the whole of Blood Angels are out, and Dark Angels have kind of had their stuff come out. Tavish, you're our kind of resident sneaky guy.
Dark Angel guy.
Your like elite models, your like elite units versus like in the case of like the Sangard. Were you okay with like things like the Deathwing Knights, like the remake of them?
Oh, I can't remember my take. I don't know. I think they're fine. I think they're fine.
Well,
especially compared to
I think it's a win.
Yeah.
Dark Angels got the W there, man. Deathwing Knights look sick. Yeah. The rules were shit at the time for them and the Blade friends, whatever they're called.
Oh no, yeah, the companions. Yeah, they're bad. They're Inner Circle companions. Yeah, I don't think they got fixed even with the buff. But.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, well, so rules aside, I'm just going from a modeling point of view. I think Dark Angels got the W on the veteran squads. You know, like they all look great.
I think,
and I guess for the characters as well, right?
Those were the loss. That's where the loss was, I think.
You think that the Dark Angel characters were a miss?
Yeah, I don't like Belial.
Really? You
really?
Like knocked
That's
me
the one.
Belial? Like he looked like he was perpetually like gonna piss his pants.
Before or?
Yeah, before. Do not make me get this picture up. Like,
do it. I know what you're talking about. I think it's better than this current one. This current one is.
That's so funny.
Oh, I feel like I like Belial.
Yeah, that might be a.
That's a hot take.
That might be a channel emoji in the making right there. Yeah. I want to get
controversial.
I want to get these faces, these legendary faces.
All right, where's so now?
Yeah, just his knees are like leaning in towards it.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah. Just old piss pants Belial.
I think it's the like chest part of Belial's model that I don't like. Like it just looks so bland.
Let me take a look at this.
Yeah, because it's like a robe, right? Like the robe is.
You could just paint the Dark Angel's symbol.
That's true.
You could hobby it up.
True.
You know,
that's true. No, you're right. The back, like looking at the model 3D rotation, the back looks really nice.
Belial was one of the models I was thinking of buying for Alpha Legion stand-it. Yeah.
I was gonna buy
a really good job of one.
I was gonna buy one to be Drago. He's got that silhouette of Mr. Grandmaster.
He's a big boy now too.
Oh, he's huge.
Before he looks very thin. He's bulked up.
Yeah.
All right. You guys have convinced me, but you can't change my mind about Asmodai. He looks so dumb.
Oh, with the smoky smoke?
With his bling, his fucking giant fucking bling.
Yeah,
who's that rapper that had that giant clock on his chest? It's the same man.
Flava Flav?
Yeah.
Oh, Rappa the Rappa.
That's fair. What about Azrael? I think Azrael looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Yeah, New Azrael is like the perfect up-res in terms of paying homage, reimagining in higher detail as he was always intended to look, right? Whereas Asmodai maybe is in a similar.
He's a little over embellished.
Yeah, it kind of feels to me similar to Lamardi's, where it's like, well, it's not. Well, maybe that's not the right comparison. They're similar in that I don't like them both.
I like Astaroth a lot. I think you were saying some bad stuff about him earlier.
I just wish. No, I like the new Astaroth model. The only thing I don't like is he doesn't have the purity seals jumping off of them. He had the
less iconic.
Yeah, he had the same kind of design space as Sanguinary.
Well, it makes sense, right? They want to make Sanguinary look more unique, so they pulled those away from him. I get it. It sucks for Astaroth fans. Astaroth or whatever.
Yeah. But his model's like a really good representation of the old one. It's just the paint job makes his death mask a death mask, whereas before I used to think it was his fucking skin.
Oh.
Yeah. I used to think his face was his face, not a death mask. But I didn't, like I said, I'm not a Blood Angel guy, so like I've not fully like researched on it. So it's like I just for years and years from when he came out in like whatever, like 5th or 6th edition, I just thought that was his Ozzy Osbourne fucking crazy face.
Here's a question. Do you guys find it weird? Because to me it looks weird. Astrath's his right arm, like it's pointing. I wonder if it's just like a rule, like whenever a Marine's arm turns to it, when it rotates to like inverted, where the shoulder pad points down. I wonder if that's just like an awkward outcome, unfortunately, right? Pose wise, like maybe if he reposes, if you get a repose where his axe is downwards and he's pointing or something, he'll look like. I feel like that might look good. For me, my opinion, I would like that more. Yeah, what are you guys feeling?
Yeah, they're just mimicking his old model, but his old model was a little more squat and kind of like his shoulder pads weren't as like angled down, like angled like upside down.
Like maybe if he had like some scrolls or something, you could hide that.
Honestly, I do wish they just changed his pose, right? Like Space Marines just kind of don't do this motion with their bodies, just because
it's a little unnatural looking, right?
Yeah, just the innate nature of like their armor. It's just they could have probably put it like in a sweeping motion or like at an angle or something where it's not as like awkward.
Mhm.
But I think they were just trying to mimic his same classic like over the head fucking tomahawk.
Yeah, I think
that.
you're right. I think that was certainly the intention, and I think like I like that. You know, I like the intent there. I just wonder if maybe the right move is to hide that awkward upside down pauldron.
He's so heavy metal too. Like his fucking axe, like the haft of the axe is a spine or some shit.
Yeah, he's sick. He fits right into Night Lords, honestly.
Oh yeah, if you bought him
right
to
in
be
there.
like you could just take the axe and use it for something else and just put like 2 lightning claws on this motherfucker and you're good. You're good to go. I mean, he looks like Conrad Kurz. Like he's got that. He's got that like
hair.
long black hair. You just cut that like blood drop off his forehead, and you're fucking golden for like a souped up Chaos Lord. But yeah, I don't know. Dark Angels, they're definitely the more fleshed out Marine chapter now. Like in terms of models, like there's nothing remaining, which is kind of sad too. There's a lot of old characters that are never coming back. Like I don't think Corbulo is going to come back, like the Blood Cup guy. I don't think Tycho will ever come back. Like Tycho's been gone for a while, but I'm hoping Seth stays. But you know, fingers crossed. But he might be gone.
How would you guys feel about them introducing new characters?
Buddy, I would love that.
Yeah, I don't mind new characters at all.
Yeah,
Actually, like pull in some of the cool ones from the books, especially ones that have the books. Maybe one that has 2 books. Where's Black Armor?
Is Tycho dead? I have preached this many times, but like I don't read anything Blood Angels, so like
Also,
if Tycho's dead, I didn't know.
Well, look,
sorry.
Here's a crazy idea. Can we not have models for characters that are dead, like as legendary figures who?
Well, we got Marnius Calgar.
No, yeah, we know. We know how I feel about that. Well, we all feel the same way about that. He should have died. Oh, it did so good.
Should have died.
I long for that timeline. He'd be such like an honorable character, you know, and then Abaddon would be elevated much more.
And
because of it.
who better to be killed by than Abaddon?
Oh yeah, that's a
and
big flex.
then to answer your question, yeah, you can still have his model. Maybe you're playing a skirmish game in an era before he died.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
isn't it crazy that the Horus Heresy just does that?
Oh shit!
Weird. Isn't that so weird, guys?
Oh my god.
Speaking of that, what if Marnius Calgar died by Abaddon, and then Abaddon in his triumph, and he puts his hands up, he's like, the Dark Gods, and then fucking Cato Sicarius just cuts Abaddon's fucking head off, and then both characters die?
No.
Nobody wants Abaddon to die.
I don't want Abaddon
if you're going to be on this,
I also don't think anybody wants Cato Sicarius
podcast,
to win.
you need to deal in the realm of things that could actually happen. Okay.
Hear me out. Same scenario. Abaddon kills Marnius Calgar, and then Iskander Kion comes out and cuts Abaddon's fucking head off.
Now he's on board. Look at that.
Now is that believable?
Listen, they're boys, okay?
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yes. Kion's sitting in Inquisition jail for him. I know.
Oh my god, he took one for the homie.
He willingly went in. He's like, "Come on in, let's have a conversation."
Oh yeah. Well,
Does he show up in the Heresy books at all?
Kion?
Yeah.
I don't
No.
think so.
Well, like they only talk about what he was doing in the Heresy. He was there when the wolves came.
Right.
The Space Wolves, they're here.
Dude,
They had,
don't mess around, though, right? Space Wolves are a big deal. Big fucking deal.
He had in the first book he had a Fenrisian axe. What was his weapon?
Or
Like a looted one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he just picked it up off the ground when someone just kind of threw it there. It's just a piece of garbage.
No, he killed him.
He killed it.
He earned it.
I guess the next like Marine chapter that kind of needs like a facelift is Space Wolves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they should just delete it.
Spicy
Retcon that
takes.
shit. Retcon that shit. Gone.
I don't even really know what they. I mean, there's a lot they could do because like there's a lot of ugly Space Wolf models, but.
But what do they do? That's an interesting question.
Well, there's a ton of characters, right? So like Arjack
Cavalry,
Rockfist.
probably. Yeah, a lot of characters. You're right. They have loads of characters.
Yeah, so Arjack, Niall is still fine cast. Arjack's still fine cast. Like a fucking Wolf Lord on a Thunderwolf is still fucking fine cast. Cyberwolves are still fine cast. Canis Wolfborn is still fucking fine cast with his squirrel dog. Is the worst looking fucking dog model.
When that model came out, I thought it was the sickest model.
I would have fucking smacked you.
Wait, what is going on with this model?
He's just a guy on a wolf, man. A wolf lord on a funny looking wolf.
Yeah, there's definitely
sick.
Like when a dog gives birth to a litter and there's like a runt, that's what Canis Wolfborn is right?
Is it that bad? I can't remember. I just remember
it just like he just looks like a squirrel and he's got a dumb face.
Yeah, it's like it's trying to snarl, right? From memory. It's trying to look really mean, but I don't think it comes across. Like,
oh, you know what? There's some old characters that are gone that could come back, like Lucas the Trickster could come back.
Yeah, bring back Crom Dragon Gaze, my boy. The only character in Wolf Time that was reasonable on the Space Wolf side.
Yeah, he's like, hey, Logan Grimnar, maybe don't be a fucking dick. And Logan Grimnar continues to be fucking dick.
You know what? It'll probably be like you said it. You said Logan, right? So it got me thinking. It'll probably be Logan that gets a new model because it's all three chapter masters this edition, right? It's like
he's got
He's
got a big boy model because he's got the sleigh, right? So unless they fucking want to redo the entire Santa sleigh model,
maybe they just drop the sleigh. I don't know. People like the sleigh. Real talk. Space Wolf fans. Do you like the sleigh?
Hang on. He's got two models.
Well,
sleigh and no.
Yeah, but it's the same kit.
Yeah, but you can run him either way with rules.
Sure, but he's done. He's right there because the sleigh model, you don't put him in there. Like you it's just his base. Like you just plop him in there. So like he's done. Like he's a finished, pretty done up Terminator model.
What's the rub? What's the issue?
Oh, that's the word. No, is it? Hang on, I'm just confirming what Matt's saying.
He literally just plops into the sleigh.
Like a heresy character, right? Like he just slots in there, slots into his scenic base. Scenic sleigh.
Nothing like that, but like it's a simple magnet if you want to do that. But his model isn't like attached to the sleigh. It's just you take his model, you either put it in the sleigh. There's nothing like he's holding on to or anything like that. You either do that or put him on a base.
Okay.
One or the other. And to be honest, you could probably put him on the base and then put him in the sleigh because there's enough like space in there because there's a lot of fucking dead space in it. But he's kind of done. Like unless they want to just redo the whole fucking thing, or like you said, scrap the whole fucking Santa sleigh because it's like.
I can just imagine how awesome he can look when you see guys like Belial. Like the new Terminator standard, that 50mm standard for Terminators, just makes them look so beefy, right? And now
they might do that for Arjack though. Arjack's always been like the big boy.
Oh, the biggest.
He's just like. I don't know. He's like Thor, right? Like he throws that hammer around.
It's kind of cool. Kind of cool.
Yeah, Arjack's all right. I don't mind him. Niall needs a big facelift.
Yeah, he's a significant character. He's like the chief Libby, right? For them.
Yeah,
top,
he's the
top wizard.
He's the big wizard. He's the big bad boy.
Yeah. He was all right in Wolf Time. He was semi-reasonable.
Yes, Logan Grimnar, you are an asshole.
But I understand, and he goes along with it.
Yeah, I will not argue you, my brother, but you are quite the cunt.
Pretty much.
Oh man, yeah, Space Souls are goofy.
Hey, did you see there's a Votan book coming out? First Votan book.
I did.
Are you interested or not, or just kind of not?
So I don't. This is gonna sound like I'm illiterate. I don't read books.
Well, I can listen or whatever.
Yeah. If it's an audiobook, because I just never have the time to just sit there and like read normally. Yeah, if it's an audiobook, I have tons of fucking credits on Audible, so I just let them fucking siphon $15 from me every fucking month, and I just like stockpile tokens. So yeah, if it comes out, I'll pick it up.
Spend mine and cancel.
Yeah, I did that before the end of the year. I remember in our Discord, I was like asking people for like decent books.
Yeah.
I did pick up the whole Ahriman series because now I think their third book came out just recently.
I feel like it's been out. There maybe a different one. Because I bought the omnibus years ago.
I don't know. I just saw it on the community page.
It might be a completely new one.
Maybe.
I think so. They don't make more books after the omnibus comes out, right?
He's pretty popular.
True.
Yeah, sometimes they do. Sometimes they continue on the storyline, right?
No, you're right.
But either way, I just picked up a couple of those. Probably almost time to wrap up. It's almost 9.
Ooh, wow, time flew. Time flew.
Yeah, there's a lot of rants.
Hey, those are the best kinds of conversations, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I'm reinvigorated.
All right, so I guess we can wrap her up. I'm just so in the zone here. Working on this not jump pack, what am I saying? An Autark Wayleaper. That's what I'm working on. I think the hair is looking really good. Silky smooth hair from the top angle.
Yeah, it looks really good.
From the front.
Looks shiny.
Yeah, the cool thing about Bealtan is you don't have to paint most of the model once it's white.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, Jessica Bealtan is like my second pick. I'm an Uthway kind of guy.
Yeah, I can get behind Uthway. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Eldrad, my OG.
He talk about someone who needs a new model, eh?
Nah, he's all right. His current model's all right.
It holds up, but it's like
yeah, it could definitely have more.
Yeah.
It definitely could have more.
When you talk about like your major players and how old their models are, from that point of view, I mean. All right, well, we'll wrap it up here. Thanks to everyone who tuned in and liked the stream. Thanks for hanging out and joining us for a pretty chill, pretty entertaining, I think, hobby call. And tomorrow I'll be streaming, likely, a solo stream. So I get a bit more chat interaction with you guys. And I think with that, I'll catch you guys in the next one.